Welcome to Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom. Stay informed with quick, easy-to-listen summaries of our latest articles, perfect for when you're on the go. No reading required. Subscribe for free at mercola.com for the latest health insights.
Hello, and welcome to Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom. I'm Ethan Foster, and today we're examining how modern lifestyles contribute to chronic illness by disrupting our cells' ability to function at their best. With me is my co-host, Ilara Sky. We'll explore how today's diet, environmental toxins, inactivity, and stress are fueling a health crisis, and why addressing these factors at the cellular level is vital for genuine well-being.
Thanks, Ethan. It's crucial for listeners to understand that much of our health hinges on the energy our cells can produce. The substance at the heart of this process is adenosine triphosphate, or ATP. A century ago, people generated far more ATP than we do today. Modern diets, sedentary behaviors, chemical exposures, and persistent stress all undermine cellular energy production, opening the door to chronic disease.
Let's start with diet, which has shifted dramatically in the past few decades. Today, store shelves are packed with ultra-processed foods that claim to be healthy or nutritious. But a quick look at their ingredient lists often reveals loads of preservatives, artificial flavors, added sugars, and other fillers. People end up consuming plenty of calories, yet remain deficient in key nutrients like magnesium, B, vitamins, and omega-3s.
Exactly. One major issue is sugar. Where sugar used to be a rare treat, it's now in everything from bread to salad dressings. This leads to higher rates of insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes over time. Even more concerning are seed oils, often labeled as vegetable oils, like soybean, canola, corn, safflower, and sunflower oil. These are high in linoleic acid, an unstable omega-6 fat. When oxidized, it creates harmful byproducts that damage cells, promote inflammation, and contribute to diseases such as obesity and heart disease.
It's also worth noting how our eating habits have evolved. Rather than cooking fresh, whole foods at home, people rely more on ready-made or fast food meals. These products are engineered to maximize taste through a calculated mix of sugar, unhealthy fats, and salt, making them nearly addictive. As a result, people consume more, yet receive fewer nutrients.
Yes, and this shift in eating behaviors has eroded our metabolic health. The body stores these harmful fats and toxins, leading to chronic inflammation. Once in that state, it becomes harder to regulate weight, blood sugar, and cholesterol levels, which increases the risk for everything from heart disease to neurodegenerative disorders. The problem is not just about weight gain, but about cellular damage that can linger for years.
Let's move on to activity levels. Many people spend large portions of the day sitting, at work, in cars, and at home. A recent survey noted that about 1/3 of Americans spend at least 8 hours a day sitting. Extended inactivity like that can raise the risk of premature death by up to 30%. Even if you exercise occasionally, long stretches of sitting still undermine metabolic and cardiovascular health.
Precisely. When you sit for too long, your muscles remain idle, and your ability to absorb glucose effectively diminishes. This often leads to insulin resistance, which can progress to type 2 diabetes. It also contributes to stiffer blood vessels and poorer circulation, raising the chances of developing heart disease. Moreover, inactivity slows metabolism and encourages fat storage, creating a loop where weight gain makes people even less inclined to move.
Another big piece of the puzzle is environmental toxins. Chemicals from plastics, pesticides, and industrial pollutants are widespread in our surroundings. They contaminate the food we eat, the water we drink, and even the air in our homes. Many of these substances are endocrine disruptors that interfere with hormone balance, causing issues like metabolic dysfunction, reproductive problems, and heightened cancer risk.
Plastics, in particular, are notorious for leaching chemicals like BPA and phthalates into food and beverages. These chemicals can mimic estrogen in the body and lead to hormonal imbalances. Men might experience lower testosterone levels and increased fat storage, while women could have irregular cycles and a higher risk of estrogen-driven cancers. Some household products also emit volatile organic compounds that can trigger respiratory problems, fatigue, or neurological issues when inhaled over long periods.
Even our water supply isn't immune. Municipal water often contains chlorine, fluoride, heavy metals, and trace pharmaceuticals. These substances accumulate in our bodies over time and can disrupt gut bacteria, thyroid function, and overall metabolic processes. Some bottled waters contain microplastics, offering little relief from these pollutants.
Indeed. Another overlooked concern is electromagnetic field, or EMF, exposure from cell phones, Wi-Fi routers, and other wireless technology. EMFs don't cause immediate thermal damage, but research shows they can disrupt voltage-gated calcium channels and impair mitochondrial function. This can trigger oxidative stress, DNA damage, and a heightened risk of neurological issues and certain cancers.
Many industries have downplayed EMF risks, arguing that non-ionizing radiation is safe if it doesn't produce heat. However, findings suggest that constant exposure to these frequencies can slowly degrade cellular health. The problem is cumulative, and because the effects aren't always immediate, they're easy to dismiss or ignore until noticeable health consequences appear.
Stress also plays a huge role in modern disease. Chronic stress keeps cortisol levels elevated, fueling ongoing inflammation. This can weaken the immune system, increase the risk of heart disease, and lead to metabolic problems like type 2 diabetes. It also disrupts sleep, further compounding these health issues. Poor or inadequate sleep can trigger weight gain, cognitive decline, and mood disorders.
The mental toll is significant. Anxiety disorders are common, and depression remains a leading cause of disability. Chronic stress essentially rewires the brain, making it more reactive to minor triggers and impairing cognitive function. This cycle feeds into itself. Poor sleep increases stress, which can lead to unhealthy coping habits such as overeating or using stimulants.
Correct. The takeaway here is that these modern challenges, from nutrient-poor diets and sedentary routines to continuous toxic exposures and chronic stress, create a perfect environment for disease. Yet much of conventional medicine addresses symptoms with prescription medications instead of tackling these root causes. While medications can provide temporary relief, they often do little to restore robust cellular function.
And this is the real turning point for anyone looking to improve their health. We have to remember that our bodies are designed to thrive under the right conditions. Nourishing foods, regular movement, minimal toxin exposure, and balanced stress. When we support our cells with what they need, we can help reverse metabolic damage and drastically lower the risk of chronic disease.
Precisely. Addressing issues at the cellular level is the key. Focusing on quality whole foods, managing stress, staying active, reducing exposure to endocrine disruptors, and being mindful of EMFs can go a long way toward restoring health. While it may feel overwhelming, each small change supports your body's natural ability to heal and maintain vitality.
That's a solid note to end on. We encourage everyone to reflect on how modern life may be affecting your health at the cellular level. By making gradual, mindful changes, you can address the real causes of chronic illness and regain control over your well-being. Thank you for joining us on Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom. I'm Ethan Foster, here with my co-host, Alara Sky, and we appreciate you listening. We'll be back next time for more insights on achieving better health through meaningful lifestyle choices.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe now and click the notification bell so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.